Dude, Big E.
Liz, thanks for having me on.
No, of course, man.
I started my name Big E the Insurance Guy came from Chris the Insurance Guy.
No way.
Yeah, I yes, when I started kind of looking into getting into insurance, you were the
Yeah.
first videos I saw on YouTube. And that's kind of
Wow.
why I reached out to you in the past. It just you by far the main insurance guy I was seeing on social media and watching your videos. I remember the first video I watched of yours was how to start a independent agency.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's funny, yeah. It's always cool when you reached out to me, to be honest.
That's wild, dude. No, that's crazy. I started honestly, like I definitely remember like, chatting with you here and there a little bit, but dude, once I started seeing you kind of like cuz you started just showing up on all of my like TikTok feed and I was just like, dude, this guy is hilarious. And dude, the amount of people now that are like saying like talking about it too. They're like, "Oh, dude, have you seen that guy?" I'm just like, that's
And
crazy. I didn't know that you got the inspiration from me. That's hilarious.
yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, my TikTok thing's been wild. I never thought my
Yeah,
marketing campaign was gonna be I'm not a sex offender, but here we are.
I know. Hey, here we are, man. Well, hey, Biggie.
So
You're not a
I
sex
go by
offender.
Big E the Insurance Guy, also known as Elijah with Goodman Family Insurance. So I am located in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I work at an agency.
Dude, thanks for being on. I appreciate it. Your stuff's hilarious. Um,
Thank you.
so Biggie, how did you get? Is it cool if I call you Biggie or like I know you're Elijah? I just feel like
I
that's
like
like
no Big E's cool. I like Big E. Yeah.
all right, cool. Um, so Biggie, how did you like get into insurance in the first place? This is something I've been wondering. I'm sure a lot of other people are kind of thinking the
Yep.
same thing.
Yep. So my dad's worked in insurance for about 35 years. So that was probably my inspiration. But when I was
Oh
younger
wow.
growing up, I never thought I wanted to do insurance. I just thought it was super boring. And then out of college, I got a job at a US Bank. I was doing some business banking stuff and I didn't
Yeah.
really enjoy it at all. I kind of wanted to get a job where I kind of had my own hours. And obviously, the renewal income was very enticing to me, as I'm sure it is all insurance agents. So just the idea of building up a book of business and putting yourself in a good position in the future was really enticing to me. And then got in insurance. I got a job at a super large independent insurance agency here around me. I was there for about 2 years, and it was great. I really enjoyed a great work environment. Shout out to R&R Insurance; they're great. My manager there, Ryan Nowicki, he was awesome in training me and kind of. I learned so much there, and then me and my dad decided to kind of take the risk, open up our own independent insurance agency, and that's what we're
Yeah.
doing now, Goodman Family Insurance. And yeah, we're in the beginning stages of it, so obviously a grind, but my social media stuff has been helping quite a bit,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
it's been a lot of fun.
Biggie, where are you guys located exactly?
Yep, so we're in Brookfield, Wisconsin here. So that
Oh,
is about
nice.
for anyone not in the state, I guess it's about 15, 20, probably like 20 minutes outside of Milwaukee.
Okay, nice. And then you guys are doing like auto, home, life, business, all
Yep,
that stuff.
auto, home life, business. Main business we're doing is commercial trucking. We
Oh,
don't do
nice.
too much outside of that, so it's pretty much just commercial trucking, and that's a shout out to my friend Mike Hicks. He's been giving us quite a few leads for that. So, Mike, I love you.
Nice. Um, so I see you played like sports. You're like playing basketball, a little bit of
Yep.
baseball too, or which one was like your dominant sport?
Yeah, so I played I played at the University of Wisconsin Milwaukee. I played baseball
Oh,
there
shoot. Nice,
the whole
man.
time. Yep, thanks. So I played baseball there. I redshirted my freshman year. So I played there 5 years baseball. And then my senior year of college, I walked on the basketball team. So then
You
my
walked
senior
on.
year,
Wow.
yep, I was playing baseball and basketball. But then on the basketball team, I didn't get any playing time. I was just a bench warmer. So about
Damn.
halfway through the season, the baseball season was coming around the corner. So I just went back to baseball full time at that point.
Dude, they
So
didn't like your like half court, like just one handed
they
like
no, I know. I guess that
dude,
didn't
what's
come
up
into
with
play
that?
that much. Yeah, I know. I wish they would have saw. I wish they see my videos now. Maybe they regret
Dude,
not playing
now
me.
they're just regretting all of that completely.
Yeah,
They're probably really pissed about that.
but yeah, it's funny now. I play in so many rec leagues and stuff,
Yeah,
baseball, basketball, softball leagues, and obviously it's good too, just for business reasons, just building
yeah.
connections and getting your name out there.
Yeah, no, totally. I do the same thing. I used to play like a lot of soccer.
I'm a big
Just
soccer. Okay.
yeah, I was just playing a lot of soccer. You have a couple buddies that play the soccer too, right? You're like a pro. Some guy who's like a
Yeah,
pro.
Vuk. Yeah, Vuk. He's a
Nice.
stud. Yeah, so he's on the New York City FC. He
Oh
went to
shoot.
Milwaukee College too, so I kind of talked to him there, and then I had a few friends who live in New York, so when I went out there, I hung out with them and then reached out to him, and he's like the nicest person ever, so he was able to do the videos.
Big U, I'm curious. Are you like disappointed you didn't go like pro, or are you how are you feeling?
Um, I mean, I guess like my goal was to go play professional baseball all through college, but then I like at the end of my college career, I knew it wasn't going to happen, so I wasn't too down about it because I knew I wasn't good enough to do that. But obviously, that was my goal when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um. So the this is kind of more of like kind of digging in a little bit to like what you're doing. So the name Goodman Family Insurance, like when you and your dad kind of came up with that, or did you, or who had the more like
Yep.
the, I mean, your last name, is
Yep.
obviously your last name, but that like you chose like family insurance. Is that like um, is that kind of like like you trying to just make it kind of sound safe and not like
Yeah.
sex offender like? Is that kind of,
It's funny. So I think pretty much I came up with the idea of Goodman Family Insurance.
oh
My
wow,
dad
nice.
just, yeah, kind of was indifferent on it. But it's funny because we were talking about it, and obviously there's so many decisions you make, but we're like, we were like going back and forth on the name after we started. We're like, maybe if we call it like, just like a more generic name, it would be
Yeah.
better because Goodman Family Insurance. I mean, because American Family Insurance is huge here, so it's just kind of like,
Oh, I see.
yeah, so it's kind of like we were thinking maybe low, like just a different name about like rates and coverage. I don't know, something like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
we just went with Goodman Family Insurance right now. It's sticking, and obviously I promote that in all my social media videos. So there's really no going back now.
Yeah, no, it's a good name, man. I was just curious to see how you guys came up with it.
How do you come up
Um,
with Adelphia, by the way?
yeah, that's a good question. So Adelphia is actually it's interesting. It's a small city in southern Italy.
Okay,
So it's a small little town. It's where my family's from. My grandpa lived there, when he was growing up, and he lived there up till he was like 14 years old. It was during World War II,
okay,
and long story short, they were just bombing left and right in Italy.
yeah,
Crazy stuff was happening. They didn't have
yeah,
food. He was like they ate their cat, their pet goat, like they'd all that crazy, stuff.
yeah,
And long story short, he moved to the U.S. Um, and so I still have a lot of family there, and like there's a couple of reasons. I branded it with like a wolf.
yeah.
Um, the wolf is kind of like I don't know if you're familiar with the story of Romulus and Remus. There it's
No.
those are like these two brothers. It's like it's a myth. It's like a
Okay,
folklore or whatever. But they're the ones who supposedly founded Rome, and they were
okay,
raised by a wolf that basically they would like suck the wolf's like tit for milk,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's they were like supposedly the two brothers who founded the city of Rome. It's
okay,
kind of
cool.
funny. I don't know. Yeah, so I just thought that was like part of it. um, it's a city in southern Italy. He came to the U.S. with like the family, I'm sorry, the American dream, and
Yep,
yeah, that's kind of was like my inspiration. But
that's awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, you have that cool intro on all your videos.
yeah, yeah, the intro. But yeah, man, it's good. So how you guys? So you're 2 years in, roughly, Biggie, or
So, I worked at R&R Insurance, which was my first large agency. I was there for about 2 years, and then
yeah?
now with the Goodman Family Insurance, we started in March. So here we're
Oh
whatever,
wow,
maybe only 6 months in. So, yeah,
damn.
we're just at the beginning with the Goodman Family Insurance, but I've been in insurance for about 2.5 years.
How do you feel like right now with the like being 6 months in? Is it like a struggle? Because dude, honestly, those
So
first 6 months I remember were, dude.
I remember watching all your videos, and
Yeah.
like I can relate to it 100%. So at the beginning, it was decent because it was
Yeah.
kind of like the family and friends. They all knew about the new business, so you kind of got some
Yeah.
leads that way. And then there was low for a few months there. I'd say like the next like 2 month, 3 months, it was like holy fuck, like what the hell's going on here?
Yeah,
It was mentally draining. It's it's depressing. It's just like holy crap, this is horrible. And then and then we kind of did all our new marketing techniques. I've had a lot of success teaming up with loan officers so far,
yeah,
and pretty much just building that network. So the past month, probably the past 2 months or so, I've been crazy busy. Which anyone in insurance, if you're busy, that's good. So
for
coming in the
sure.
office is phenomenal when you're busy all day. The day flies by, and then also the social media stuff I've been doing with my TikTok and Instagram's been great, getting me leads. And like we spoke on earlier, never thought marketing campaign of "I'm not a sex offender" would be my marketing campaign, but the people seem to like it. So I'll ride that wave as long as I can. And then yeah, so I'd say, yeah, to answer your question, it was pretty good at the beginning, then it was horrible, and now it's picking up, going in the right direction.
For sure,
Knock on
yeah.
wood here. Hopefully, we can keep the momentum going.
It only gets better, man. It really only does
Yep.
get better. Especially, yeah, once you break through that 6 months, the 1 year, you really start to feel better.
Yeah.
And then do two, three, that's when the renewals start to flow. It's just, yeah, it just gets
Yeah.
significantly better.
What was your mindset, like your mindset when the first 6 months, when you had some of those, darker days where you're just like, oh my God, this is horrible.
Dude, I just knew I was like, there's good days around the corner, man. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Everybody I talked to that had success in insurance, they all said the same thing. They're like, you're 3, 4, 5. And then really, when you really start to kind of take off, is like 5 to 7.
Yep.
So every time and everybody that I looked to ask those questions was a successful insurance agent. So I was just like, hey man, I'm young. I started when I was like 21, 22.
Yep.
So I was just like, hey man, if there ever is a time where I'm gonna just completely fuck this up, I'm gonna do this right now, dude. Like I'm 21. I'd rather be broke now than like when I'm like, 36 or whatever.
100%. And that's like, yeah, my thought process too. I'm older than you now. I'm 26. So
Oh,
when you
nice.
first started off, obviously, but that's my mindset too. I don't know if how many of my videos you saw, but I live in
Yeah.
this tiny closet room right now.
You're
And
what?
like, I live in this tiny closet room right now.
Oh, is that actually a
And
room? I thought.
yeah, that's actually my room. So I did have a bigger room, but then my other roommate, Andrew, he said he was gonna move out if he couldn't get a bigger room. So then he's
Oh,
one of my best
dude.
friends and I want to live with him. So I'm like, fine, I'll just switch with you. I'm barely home anyway. So yeah, that's like
Right.
right now, but that's my mindset. Like I'm fine being broke now and just paying my dues and setting myself up for success in the future. Because
For
you got to pay
sure.
your in this job, you got to pay your dues for
Dude,
sure.
it's especially because it just keeps paying kind of forever, you know?
Exactly.
So like you can't expect to just be year one, year
Yep.
two, just racking in a bunch of cash. Like, dude, you gotta live in the tiny room that like doesn't the drawers just don't even like fully
Exactly.
open. You
I know.
gotta do
Exactly.
that.
And I think too, just kind of going through the times where you're making no money and you're here, it's going to be that much more awesome
Yeah,
down the road when it's all paying off.
for sure. Biggie, how many like people are actually going from like TikTok to like calling you for quotes? Like, is that actually
Yep.
happening like quite a bit?
So I think not I don't know if misconception is the right word, but so my popularity on TikTok literally started about 2.5 months ago. So
Oh
I'm
wow.
pretty much brand new to getting attention on TikTok. So I had this is a funny story because I looked at on June 8th of this summer, I
Uh-huh.
had 30 followers on TikTok.
No way.
Yes, I had 30. And I was posting
Wow.
not every day or anything, but I was posting videos and I thought they were funny. And I never thought I would ever get the followers I have on TikTok now. And then, but yeah, I had like 30 followers and I was posting like a few of my friends would like my videos and all that. I'm like, yeah, this is normal. This is cool. And then I remember my first huge video that blew up was the one where I was cold calling
That's the
Nick.
first one I saw. That's the
Yeah,
first
that's
one I saw.
funny. So
Yeah.
I remember that day because it was a Thursday. I had softball, so I posted the video, and then it was doing pretty well, like comparative. And then I had softball, and I had a doubleheader that night. So I went to
Oh
softball.
shoot.
So I didn't look at my phone at all for like probably like 4 hours or so. And then I remember me and my buddies went to dinner just after the game. I was looking at my phone, and my phone is just like blowing up like insane. And I'm like, holy fuck, like this is insane. And then it was, yeah, so
That's
that was the
crazy.
first video I ever had that blew up at all. And I
That's like a
think it's,
little over a million or a couple million or how
yeah,
many?
I think that one's at over 2 million now. I have another one that's
Dude,
closing
that's
in on 5
crazy.
million with Intern Aaron.
Damn.
And then, but yeah,
That's
the biggest thing I noticed, so yeah, I guess I'm new to like kind of getting a lot of followers on TikTok. So
yeah.
I had a whole bunch of people reaching out to me for the quotes, but I'm
Yeah.
only licensed in Wisconsin, which we kind of
Right.
talked about on the side. But now I'm obviously looking at ways to monetize this best of my ability, because who knows how, obviously I hope I'm popular on TikTok and social media for a while, but you never know. So pretty much I'm teaming up with a group called the Insurance Guys. I'm
Yeah.
the Insurance Guys podcast.
I do. I know them. Yep.
Yep, cool. So I'm writing underneath, I'll be writing underneath them in about 30 states. And then I'm
Interesting.
working, yep, and then I'm going to be working with some East Coast people to write underneath them. So pretty much that's just going to give me access to write in these states, because then we talked about it a little bit, but I'd rather
Yeah.
like talking about the renewal game.
Exactly. I
That's
was gonna
my
say
thought
because like
process.
there's different routes you can take. Like you could either refer it, dude. No, like the referring out is just it's not sustainable.
I know, and
Uh,
that's like if I can keep making money off these leads, that's obviously my game plan. So yeah, so far, yesterday was the first day I put a quote sheet in my bio actually. So
oh, really?
and right now I have about
Smart.
50 hits on it. So
Wow.
so, but this is going to be such a learning curve for me too, because I'm like newer to this, getting everything set up, and because right now we obviously use the rating system, so I have to get everything set up in the rating system still, and just
You
learn the
use
processes of the insurance guys.
which management system is it?
Applied Epic, and that's what we use for rating too.
Mm,
So
how is it?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did use PL Rater at
Okay.
R&R Insurance, and I like that a lot too. That was great too. But yeah, I'm used to Applied Epic. Do you not like it, or have you
No,
tried it?
honestly, I have no idea. Like, I don't really know what it is. I just like
Oh,
hate on all of them just because like they're all just. I think they're all just so outdated, man. I'm like,
okay, what do you use?
I don't even use a rater. I don't
Oh,
use
you
one.
just go to the
I
carrier
just go to
website.
the carrier, yeah, because I'm just at that one. I like there's certain carriers I like, and I'm just like I'm not gonna
Yep.
waste time just running everybody because I'm just like I'm not gonna write that
Yeah,
anyway.
that's
So yeah,
no, I hear you loud and clear on that, and I'm not at the point there yet, because I'm at the point now where like, okay, I'll write whatever the heck I can get my hands on.
exactly. Yeah,
But one
you have
but
to.
100%, I know what you mean, because there's some carriers that I'm like, it's just a pain in the butt to like even quote with them, write with them, where I'm like, like once I get my, I guess, my client base up and everything, if they don't fit with like my whatever 8 or 10 like carriers that I actually like writing with, then it's like,
Mhm.
because some of the systems are so outdated, just a pain in the, they're like horrible.
Dude. So wait, applied system is that your management system
Yeah, it's
or is that?
management and rating, so it's
Oh,
all
okay,
in
okay. Hmm.
there. Yeah,
Interesting.
they're
Yeah.
they're newer.
That
So
sounds, yeah, I'm not 100, I'm never really familiar with them. I think the big ones, yeah, I won't shout them out anyway. But yeah,
question.
so
Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
was gonna ask you. So, are you part of an association, or are you on your own?
So I'm an independent brokerage, but we're part of SIAA, if you're
Oh,
familiar
yep,
with
yep,
SIAA. So yeah, they're
yep.
dude, they're good, man. I like them. They're definitely one of the bigger alliances or clusters in
Yeah, they're
the
huge.
country. Yeah.
Are they like top two, I think?
I think they're number one. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I
I
thought.
think
They're
so.
huge. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
They're good, dude. They're good. They've like helped me, dude. I definitely have a lot of appointments that I definitely had no business getting myself on my own.
Yep.
So it's been super helpful for me. But are you part of one or are you like what do
Yep,
you?
we're part of one. So we it's called American Advantage.
Ah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
here in
yeah.
Wisconsin.
I
Um,
think I've heard of it.
oh, cool. But yeah, they're great too for us. They give us access to pretty much all the top
Mhm.
carriers that use independent agents here. So yeah, it's been great here.
So wait, your dad, did he work in insurance or was it just you? Oh, you
So
said he did it
my
for 35 years.
Yep, he worked at Allstate Insurance.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
So
then
yep.
you were like, "Hey, Dad, like let's bounce, like let's just get out of all state.
Yeah.
I'll
So
meet."
it was funny because when I was looking to get into insurance out of after I was done at US Bank,
Yeah.
he was the one that told me to go to the independent side of things because he
Yeah.
just independent's better to go than captive.
Yeah.
And obviously depends. There's pros and cons to each, so I'm not gonna just rip on captive,
No, for
obviously. But
sure. For sure.
yeah, but so he kind of pushed me to go to independent side of things. And then pretty much any leads he couldn't write at Allstate, he would just pass on to me. And then he was seeing I was able to write, obviously, way, way more. And my close rate was just way higher than his. So
Yeah.
then pretty much then we were talking and he was saying he was interested in doing an independent agency. And then obviously we were just talking off and on for about the 2 years. And then we finally pulled the trigger and we did it. And then we brought over Jennifer, who worked with my dad at Allstate for about 20 years, and she's the smartest one in the office here. So having her is great. And so yeah, we're just a 3-man shop, and yep.
That's all you really need, man, just to kind of get going.
Oh,
Uh,
exactly. It's fun. Like um, one of on my softball team, my dad's on one of my softball teams, and one of
oh,
his
that's cool.
friends' wife is looking for like part-time work. And she was asking if she could like maybe be like service or receptionist kind of for us at the beginning. I was funny because my dad's like, well, we have no clients right now, so we don't really need you right now. But we'll talk again in a year.
Right. No, no, definitely, dude. It's good that people are like you should, yeah. I mean, if there's people that are interested, it's always a good sign.
Yep.
Um, Big E, I have a question for you. What
Yep.
is your kind of opinion on like State Farm? Uh,
Yeah. Fuck sake. No, I know one of your best friends is a big State Farm guy.
yeah, he's a good
That
buddy of
gets
mine.
so
Yeah.
literally that State Farm beef. I have absolutely no issues with State Farm, but they're a big name company, and literally in all my comments, whenever anyone talks about any company, it's like State Farm for the most part. So I'm like, I'm just gonna start this beef with State Farm, and I think it's gonna be really funny. And so far, it seems like people are liking it.
Yeah.
I will say this though. I will say this
Yeah.
though. They do a lot of times when I am quoting against them, they do have that percentage deductible. And in
Oh,
Wisconsin, like there's times where I'm quoting against someone and it will be like whatever 1% deductible. So if their coverage A obviously is 500,000 or whatever, that's a 5,000 deductible. And then so sometimes I'll be quoting against them, and it seems like I have this killer rate. I'm like, oh, State Farm's $200 cheaper. I'm like, oh, can you send me a copy of the quote you got from them? And then it'll
yeah.
be like $5,000 deductible, and then I'll be like $1,000 deductible, and then I'll be like, well, that's because you have a $5,000 deductible. Now I'm $500 cheaper, so that's my
Hey,
only beef with State Farm.
they're a good company. I mean, up to your discretion. I feel like everybody's got something to say about every carrier.
Yep,
Like some people hate Farmers, some people hate State Farm, some people
yep.
hate Allstate. But yeah, I was curious to see like your actual
Yeah,
kind
no,
of feelings towards it, you know?
I have no problem with State Farm. Another I don't know your thoughts on this. I was
Yeah,
gonna ask you, but just in my like if I rip on State Farm or whatever,
yeah,
and
yeah.
like just hearing I guess family, friends, or random people talk about insurance sometimes, they'll like
Uh-huh.
be mad at an agent because their rates are going up.
Yeah,
And for me, it's like that's above my pay grade. I just kind of put the information in the system, and if the rates are going up by the carrier, it's not really like it's not like we affect that. We don't choose the rates to go up.
right.
And then so I just find that funny when people are complaining, and then they kind of think it's on the agent when
For
it's like
sure, for sure.
it's
Yeah.
kind
Well,
of
you
above
can
our
do
pay
also
grade.
like we say it all the time. We're like, we're not travelers. Travelers is a carrier, like
Yep.
we're your agent. So I mean, yeah, I think a lot of people like they'll hate on the agent, but yeah, they don't know any better.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but Biggie, I also wanted to ask you kind of more like day-to-day life. Like what does your day look like kind of
Yep.
morning to night? Like what time you in, what time you wake
Yep.
up, those kinds of things.
So now that I'm busy the past 2 months, which has been fantastic, and it's awesome. I pretty much get into the office at around I'd say 7:30 usually. So usually I wake up at like probably like 6:30 ish, and then I
Hmm.
go to the gym and I do the one treadmill walk where it's the 15 incline,
Okay.
3 miles per hour. So I got to do that. Then I go in the sauna for a little bit. Then I make my
Nice.
way to the gym. After then I make my way to the office, and then pretty much when I first get to the office around 7:30, I just kind of check my emails and go through all that. And then obviously I pretty much get quotes out to my prospects as soon as possible, just because obviously want to get them out to them and kind of
Yeah.
get through all the quotes as soon as possible. And then it's the knowing service work. I don't know if you still do your own service work, but
No.
yeah, it must be nice. So yeah, I go through all my knowing service work still. Hopefully in a few years I won't be doing that. I go through my knowing service work, and then yeah, I'd say though usually I probably leave the office around, I'll probably leave at like 5-ish, 5:30, and then I'll have my rec leagues or whatever. And then usually when I go home, I'll probably do like an hour and a half of work when I'm at home late at night before I go to bed, just kind of hopefully responding to people's questions about quotes or like editing
Yeah.
the quotes, and then going from there. So quoting
Nice.
is a lot more fun than servicing work because you make money from that.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. 100%. How much of your day is like spent on the actual like marketing aspect of the side like of the business? Because that,
Yep.
I mean, dude, that's definitely kind of like taking off,
Yep.
but it's not necessarily always like paying the bills, you know? So like
Yep.
how
It's
do you
weird.
like split your time up and like focus on those things?
Yep. So I'd say for my TikToks, most of the time now I
Hmm.
film I film probably 90% of my videos on the weekend.
Oh, nice.
And yep. So I grind them out usually on a Saturday or Sunday, and then I kind of have my videos for the week. Because now I used to film during the week way more often, but now I've been so much busier, which is great. I don't have time to do that during the day. So now I do it on the weekends. And then, so yeah, I pretty much run them out. And then if there's, let's say there's an idea or two I have that requires specific people that can only do it during the week or something or during the day, then I'll do that with them. Like Ben Brust is someone that's in a few of my videos. So I have to work around his schedule a lot. So basically, if it's someone I need, I'll work around their schedule. If not, I'll try to do it on like Saturdays or Sundays.
And so so you let's just say you get like you're like, because dude, this happens to me all the time. I'll be like, dude, that's a great idea, but I'll be like in my bed, just like in my boxers, and
Yep.
my phone's like across the room, and I'm just like, like I need to write this down. Like, what do you
Yep.
do? What do you?
That's funny you say that. I put it in my notes. I have this note sheet with about probably like 100 ideas for like TikTok or just like insurance marketing stuff. And yeah, that's funny because like as soon as you think of it and
You
you don't
have
write it
to,
down, you forget it. You
dude.
literally forget it.
You have to write it down.
Yeah. What do
Straight
you
up.
do?
Yeah, 100. The same thing, dude. Like I'll just be like, I'm just like, damn it, dude. I do not want to. I don't feel like doing it sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I really don't want to write. But yeah, a lot of stuff just pops into my head, and I just have to go and like, you know, it's not
Yep.
necessary. Yeah. Also, like videos. Like I'll think of like, oh shoot, that could be a good video to just really help agents because like that's
Yep.
something I was always wondering.
Yep.
And then it just ran. It's like the most. It happens to me in the worst times too, because I'll be like in the sauna. Like I'll be in the sauna, and
Yeah.
I'll just
Yeah.
be like, dude, like like I try to like latch onto the memory for a sec because like if
Yep.
I let that go, but yeah, I was just
That's
curious because
awesome.
like dude, you're definitely like your stuff is consistently like funny, and so like
Thank you.
I think it's either just like obviously you're really funny, and also on top of that, I think you're probably like or like people don't realize this, but you're probably like pretty at least thoughtful with like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Even though it's just like it looks like you're just randomly knocking on random doors and just recording stuff. I'm sure you probably think stuff like somewhat
Yeah, exactly.
weird.
I have yeah, like kind of my note sheet, and then a lot of times in the morning when I'm doing my treadmill walk, I'll literally watch like The Office or the show Nathan for You or like It's Always Sunny, and then that gives me some ideas
Hilarious.
and stuff. And that's kind of my sense of humor, just that like weird, dry sense of humor, but I love it.
Dude,
So
me too. Honestly, I love It's Always Sunny. I love that. What's his the little Frank?
yeah, Frank.
I
Yeah.
love Frank, dude. That guy's the best.
I just love
Uh,
the random like funny things in like those shows, like Frank and Charlie sleep together, and like it's just like random stuff like that. They
dude,
eat
that's
cat food to go to sleep.
dude, yeah, that's honestly one of the funniest shows ever. And The Office too. And what was the other one you said? The
And
Office.
then it's called Nathan for You.
Nathan for you.
That's like either people absolutely love that show or they don't know it exists.
Okay.
It's just this guy. he goes to small businesses and then he works with them and advises them on how to grow their business, but he just comes up with the most ridiculous, weird ideas of all time. But he gets all these people to go along with it. And then Nathan's like the most awkward, like nerdy person on purpose. And he like just he makes it so awkward but funny, and he just like it's unreal.
Where did you get the sex offender idea? Like, how did that come up?
Dude, I don't know.
Because I've seen people do that. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen like the Nelk Boys.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I don't like I've seen them on social media. I don't like follow them closely, but I
yeah,
like see the
they
guy.
would they would knock on people's doors and they would say like, oh hey, like I'm bringing you like this cake. Like I just want to introduce myself. I'm your neighbor. It's like, and they're
Yeah,
like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like they'll take the cookies and the cake, and they'll be
yeah.
like, also like real quick, I just need you to sign this because like I'm also like legally required to tell you like I'm a sex offender, and then like
That's
and then they're
funny.
and then they get all the neighbor gets all weird about it. But
Is that how they started off then and got so big, just doing funny videos?
yeah, 100%. I think so.
Okay.
They just started, yeah, like they see, dude. That's honestly like I'm not endorsing them by any means.
Yeah.
But that would be something probably like just to kind of watch how they progress through that
Yeah.
because now they're like doing real like legit like business stuff and they're
Yeah.
making tons of money. Um
Yeah. I see them interviewing like legit people.
yeah, like they're doing big stuff with it. Like they built the platform, but it was solely based on like literally just fucking with people. Like they were just
Yeah.
going up to people and like even dude, yeah, they're doing crazy stuff.
That's funny.
So yeah, I mean yours is like yours is different for sure, but
I would say too, like
yeah.
the first time I did the sex offending video, I
Yeah,
literally was so hesitant to post it because I'm like, I think this is so funny, but it's could like just look weird as heck. And I'm like, this is like my
yeah,
make or break because either this is gonna get people like think it's funny and engaged, or people will be like, what the fuck? This guy's just fucked up. So literally I posted it, and then it it did super well, and then I'm like, okay, I'm in.
dude, that's honestly like something I even maybe needed to hear that from you a little bit, just because like there's times where even I'll be just giving like advice on a video, and I'll be like, oh, I kind
Yeah.
of sounded like douchey or something,
Yeah.
and I was just like, I don't know if I want to post that one or something, and dude,
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, obviously, like
100%.
you can't be putting like insane stuff.
Yep.
It's just like you're destroying your image and like your brand.
Yep.
But like even that, like that's out there for sure, you know.
Yep. Exactly.
But look what happened, you
I
know.
know it was
So
kind of like yeah, a risk there, and then yeah, I was gonna say something else.
dude, that's crazy though. Yeah,
Yeah, and then yeah, I was gonna say kind of what you touched on too, like putting out just videos and kind of just putting them out there. It's like at the end of the day,
yeah,
if the video does really bad in 2 weeks or whatever, or 3 weeks, it doesn't even matter.
yeah.
Like
It doesn't
it
matter.
doesn't matter, assuming you don't do something horrible,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah,
Do you
like
do you edit them? Like, are you editing your own videos, or do you have someone editing?
not really. No, I literally just have my phone and then I do the TikTok app and then I um
You do
just
like
video.
that self edit thing, like where it edits itself, kind of, or
Yeah, I just use the TikTok app, so like that whatever editing tool I have in there. I'm pretty basic. I
you're
just
not using like you don't have anybody like some like a whole team of video editors and stuff.
no, it's pretty. I had my friend's brother used to like
Mhm.
film me, but he wouldn't edit. He just filmed. But now he has a job because he's out of college, so he's looking for a job, so
Uh,
he can't really do it. So pretty much, I use if I'm in my office, I just set it up and videotape myself, and then if it's something where I need someone, it's usually like my mom will film sometimes, or I'll
your
have like
mom?
yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
And then or sometimes if I can get like one of my friends to come do it, they'll film it. But yeah,
How does your
that's
mom
like
feel
the
about it?
hardest. What do you say?
How does your mom feel about it?
My mom loves them. My dad's indifferent on them. Because my mom has the same sense of humor I have, like exactly. So
It's so funny.
she loves them. Like she really watches all of them. She'll look at all the comments and stuff. She's like obsessed with it because she just I don't know. She's a mom, I guess, so she likes that they're doing well.
Dude,
And then
you should get your mom in some of the videos, you know?
I know that would be funny. I probably will. And then
That'd be
my
funny.
dad doesn't understand anything to do with social media,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he knows it's getting us some business, so that's what he likes. Besides that, he doesn't really
Doesn't care.
understand it, and he probably thinks the videos are weird, but whatever works.
Biggie, I want to be respectful of your time, so we'll kind of keep just a couple more questions.
So
Um, Biggie, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
yeah, I hopefully just still insurance here living. I'm happy living in Milwaukee here. So living in Milwaukee, insurance, hopefully business is booming, baby. And then yeah, and then besides that, just same old, I guess, is working in insurance and obviously hoping having a much bigger book of business at that point.
Nice, nice. And then just like you take over like all the State Farm agents and like all
Yeah,
their
well, if we run State Farm out of business, that's my life goal. So hopefully, in 5 years, State Farm's no longer in existence.
great stuff.
Tell your friend he might have to come work for
I'll t-
Adelphia.
I'll tell him, man. I'll let him. He's gonna love that. Um, all right, Biggie. Also, kind of last question to kind of wrap things up here.
Yep.
Who would you say is the kind of best performing intern? Is it intern Matt, intern Aaron,
Yep.
intern Fat
So
Daka?
yeah, so I don't know. So if people don't know, none of those interns actually work for Goodman Family Insurance. They're all just like
Oh,
characters. So I'm sorry to disappoint
oh,
you. They're all characters. But I'll
oh.
say my favorite character is my two favorite characters are intern Matt and security guard Matthew Cornelius Lane the third.
Oh, that's right. We got security guard.
Yeah, but intern Matt, he's my best friend. I was like the best man in his wedding, so
Um,
I had so much fun doing my videos with him, and yeah, it's funny. So yeah, with intern Matt, he's married and everything, and he has a house, and then his wife always gets mad because she's like, "You make him look so stupid in all those videos." I'm like,
oh my
"That's the point of
gosh.
intern Matt."
Dude, it's working. I would just keep intern Matt going. Like,
I know.
intern Fat Daka, he was crushing it, dude. No
I know.
joke.
I loved intern Fat Dak. I think his character was hilarious. I think the gym video I did with him was one of my favorite videos, but I didn't do that well. But
It was like a treadmill, right?
yeah, and it was like him walking, and then the funniest thing to me was he was on the treadmill and he was like going like
Oh yeah, no, he was doing like
like
this.
Goodman intern Dak with Goodman Family Insurance.
Dude, these are great, bro. Yeah, you gotta keep this going.
Yeah, thank
Honestly, like
you.
don't slow down. Seriously, man. It's just you're doing a great job.
Oh, I
Um,
appreciate it. I'm fully planning to keep grinding, and my goal
yeah,
now is to get to 100,000 followers on TikTok and go from
dude,
there, and then
nice.
get everything lined up where I'm able to write some business through all these different states.
For sure, for sure. Well, thank you, Biggie. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
And
thanks.
yeah, dude, I would love to, yeah, I'll love to stay in touch, man. And if I'm ever out in the Milwaukee area, I'll hit you up.
Sounds good.
Maybe we can
And
grab some lunch or something. But dude, yeah, keep it up, man. You're crushing it. I'm sure a lot of the people watching this are gonna be pretty excited to see this too. So dude, thank you for taking the time. I will be respectful of your time. I know you
you
got an actual agency to run over there. So
thank you,
um
Chris. And I just want to
yeah,
say too, like we touched on earlier, Biggie the insurance guy came from Chris the insurance guy. You were the first videos I watched on
yeah,
YouTube. So I literally remember watching all your videos when I was, getting into the industry, and so it's honestly super. It's honestly like really cool for me to be interviewed by you and be on your show because truly you were the first videos I watched in insurance, and I was like, and the thing I liked about your videos too so much is
yeah.
just you like so honest and straightforward, not trying to sugarcoat anything, and just straightforward. You came across as a super like likable, nice person like you are, and where
Thank
some
you,
people kind of what makes him make you're gonna make $200,000 year one, 200,000. And it's like, well,
dude.
you just
It's
kind of said it how it is, and I really appreciated that.
dude. Thank you. That honestly means a lot. Seriously, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I don't like to bullshit people. Like it is what like it's just. I'm just gonna keep it real.
Yep.
Um, this business, like you said, dude, you have to go through. Like you have to pay your dues in those early years, and like people don't realize that. Like they think and they get all this like this hype from all these other guys that are just saying like, oh,
Yep.
dude, yeah, $1 million in premium my first year. It's like, bro, that's not realistic.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
realistic. And
yeah,
yeah, just I guess a message I would have too for younger producers starting off.
yeah,
And this is something I've helped me is kind of really any prospects you get that you're quoting, really stay on top of them. And I keep reaching out to them until they get an answer, yes or no. because
Yes.
there's been numerous times where I reached out to someone and then I don't hear, I send them a text or call them 5 times, and the sixth or seventh time I call them again and they're like, oh, hey. And then like at that point, they're ready to talk. And then it's just like,
Exactly.
keep track of your flipping prospects. And then if you don't get them, just keep following up with them until you get a definite yes or no. And if you get a no, follow up with them at renewal.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, definitely, definitely, man. I think the gold, yeah, the key is the follow up for sure.
Yep.
That's where the gold is. And also, shoot, I was gonna say something else, but um I lost it. I lost it. I don't know what I was gonna say.
I was gonna say this, and I know you're really good at
Yeah.
this, is like the extra hour work I do before I go to bed on my computer, and just like
Mhm.
being available to people outside of the 9 to 5, especially when you're starting off building. If you can like, when you're young and hungry, just being available to your clients and being willing to, like, some of my clients work and then a prospect will work and then, hey, can you have a phone call at 7:30 to go over the quote because they're working all day? Just try
Yeah,
to make yourself available, because a lot of agents aren't doing that. So that's, if you're like responsive and timely and you're responding outside work
totally.
hours, I mean, especially in the industry now, there's so many, a lot of lazy workers and they don't want to
For
really
sure.
deal with crap. So if you're willing to put in the work and time and show your client you're there for them when they need them, that's kind of success I've had too,
Dude, you
just being
you you
available.
you hit it on the nail, dude. I was literally thinking about this yesterday because
Yeah.
especially when it comes to like loan officers and referral partners,
Yep.
like they value your speed so much. Like that's like one of the
Yep.
things they top their highest value. Like if you
Yep.
respond within 5 minutes of their email, they love you. And like I was
Yep.
like, dude, one thing that I do, you're right. I actually like I don't I that's just humbly saying this, but I do respond to like almost everybody, almost like as
Yep.
much as I can, and it's
Yep.
I'm pretty fast. So like,
Yep.
dude, that's great. That's a great point. I'm also 26, so like I feel like,
Oh,
um,
you're awesome.
yeah, yeah. Do I look
I
older
don't know
than?
why. You just feel like you're older than me. I don't know.
No, dude, no, no, no. I'm
That's
26.
awesome. Yeah.
When's your
So high
birthday?
school, November 10th.
Okay. Oh, so you're coming up.
Yeah.
You're about to be 20.
So
Dude, you're older than me.
that's funny. Yeah. So you high school 2014.
Yeah,
Awesome. Me too.
and then college, yeah, 2018. Yeah,
Okay, cool. And did you go to school in Cali?
yeah. I went to Cal Poly Pomona.
Oh, very
So
cool.
it's like a yeah, it's a state school. Decent school. It was cool. Yeah, it was a fun
Awesome.
school. I didn't play any sport. I played like soccer, called the club team and stuff, but
Yeah, cool, cool.
yeah, I didn't play like in the college level or anything. I retired, man. I got like some injuries. I just hung up the boots. I knew insurance was
Okay.
my thing, dude. I just immediately I just started just getting the cold
Yeah,
calls
if
going.
I remember correctly, following your journey when I was younger, you worked for
Yeah.
it was it State? Do you work for State Farm or
No, I worked for farmers. Yeah.
Farmers? And you worked underneath someone for quite some time, and then you just opened up your own.
Yep, yep. So I worked
Cool.
for 4 years. I worked throughout, yeah, basically throughout college, freshman through senior year. I'm like, it was mainly the summers and like all the breaks. I would come back and
Yep.
work. Um, but yeah, man, that's kind of how I got my like feet wet. And dude, starting up straight up, big Elijah. I'll just call you Elijah. Um, um, dude, I didn't know anything. Like the first like 6 months, I feel I'm okay saying it
Yep.
now, but like at the time, I couldn't really say it. Like I
Yep.
didn't know shit, dude. Like I was like kind of
Yep.
like people would ask me questions, and I would almost always be like, you know, Elijah, I just don't want to give you the wrong answer. Let me just double check with underwriting
Yep.
on that, and I'll give you a call back. And
Yep.
like that was like my response, like half the time. So
Oh my God, I've been there. It's
yeah,
funny looking back when you start insurance.
yeah,
Like the first phone calls you have with prospects or clients, you're so nervous because you're just not as
yeah.
confident in yourself on knowing everything. And then once you know what you're doing, obviously it gets a lot easier.
For sure, for sure. And then also, dude, it just starts to compound because once you have like some big, you've seen that kind of deal go through before, then
Yep.
like your confidence just seeps through the phone and they're just like, oh,
Yep.
dude, this guy, he's dropping knowledge on me. He knows what he's talking about, like that.
Yep.
And it's all just a transfer of certainty. Like sales is all it really comes down to is like, I'm more sure than you. Like
Yep.
I'm so confident in this because I know this. And then
Yep.
the customer is gonna feel that, and then they're gonna be like, okay, here's my bank account routing or my credit card.
Exactly.
You
And
know?
that's like, yeah, and like you said, once you have those conversations over and over and over again, you just kind of, what you're dealing with all the time. So you can make comments like, if I'm quoting against a company, I can pretty much like answer, oh yeah, they have this coverage. So this is probably included, this is included. And then it's
Yeah.
just,
And
going
that's
from
what
there.
and that's why it's bullshit that everybody that comes in like acts like they're just like they're on top of the world in year one. I'm like, that's bullshit,
Yeah.
dude. You have to mess up a million times and
Yep.
then you can feel like you know like everything,
A
or
hundred
then you're
percent.
crushing it. If not, you just got kind of lucky and then it could like it could blow up.
Yeah, it's funny too. Not and I just a little bit longer than yeah, I do actually have to go. I do have
Oh,
like
okay,
a,
no worries, no worries. Yeah, yeah, it's all good.
but I've gotten like so since I've like kind of gotten the followers on TikTok and Instagram, I got so many people to reach out to me and just like about selling. It's mostly like life insurance, and
Yeah,
they'll always be like, "You're gonna make $500,000 year one," and it's just like all these people reaching out to me, and it's just like I can.
dude.
That's the one thing that really annoys me. It's just like the phoniness and people that lie about try to
Mhm.
like act like they're making way more money than they actually do in a certain position.
Biggie, do you sell life insurance?
We do. My dad handles it, but we do life insurance.
You don't do any?
I've not sold a life insurance policy.
Dude, I have an idea for you. We could talk about it off of this.
Sounds good.
But yeah, I'll send you something that I use, and then yeah, you tell me if it would work for you. I think it will. Honestly,
Yeah,
that's
send
like
it to me.
honestly a great
Am I gonna
idea.
make $500,000?
This actually, dude, this one actually could possibly.
All right, let's do it then.
All right, yeah, no joke. This one possibly could. You have your life license?
Yeah, yeah, my life license. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much how it works. Whenever I get a lead, I turn it over to my dad. But no, I have
It's
my life license, so I can do it.
it's honestly funny. You just said like all these people coming to me with all these like and then I just do it. I'm like, hey, dude, I
Hey,
have an idea.
I trust you, Chris. Though you're different than others.
Dude, thank you. I appreciate it. No joke. Like I do, it requires this is the reason I think this is a good idea right now is because it requires like zero work from you.
Okay, I like
And
that.
it basically sells a lot of life insurance for like you don't do anything, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
Um,
Send me that
yeah, yeah,
info.
yeah. We
We'll
could talk
talk
after
off.
this. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Sounds good. All right, Biggie, I'll let you go, man. Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
appreciate you
thanks for
doing this. And
having
then
me. Yeah,
you're cool with us throwing this like on the YouTube channel and all that stuff. And okay.
absolutely. Whatever you want.
Sounds good, man. Awesome. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. I'll let you know
Yeah,
if I'm in Milwaukee. Let me know if you're ever in LA.
I will actually. Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I do go there every now and then because I have family out
Okay.
there. So I'll let you know.
Okay. Dope, man. Sounds good.
Cool.
All right,
Talk to you
man.
later, Chris. Yeah,
All
send
right.
me that
Sounds good.
info too.
Okay. We'll do. We'll do. All right. Thanks, man.